Welcome to my journey through the Bible. This will be applications you can apply to your life and a little more in depth about the chapter. We are in 2 Kings chapter 9, verses 1 through 37. Now we see that this prophet had told Jehu he was going to be king and he was to destroy the whole family of Ahab, even his wife, because they both had done evil in the sight of God. Now remember, Jezebel had Naboth killed for his land in order to make her husband happy. And isn't it kind of ironic that her son is killed in this same land, in the same field? And then, of course, the other king was killed in the garden. Now, Jezebel was thrown down from her high tower, and the dogs did eat her flesh. In war, death just happens. It's a part of it. And Jezebel had many prophets that had believed in God. She had them killed. And this was not in a time of war, but a time of peace, and a time when she was greedy and did not want to have any prophets of God around. And generally, when Jezebel or her husband wanted something, they just took it, and it didn't really matter what the cost was. And of course, at this time, it was time to pay the piper. The king had done evil. His sons had done evil. His grandsons had done evil. And God said it was enough and that this whole family would be destroyed. Now, it may seem cruel, but so was all the countless killing that she did or that her husband allowed under his rule as king. And this same cruelty followed down to their son and their grandsons. Now each of these messengers had came out and asked Jehu, did you come in peace? Now isn't it ironic for somebody who doesn't live in peace or walk in peace, but yet they want peace for themselves? They want peace even though they are the enemy of good, the enemy of truth, but they want peace when it comes to their life. Now, Jezebel had power, she had health, she had wealth. But when she died, there was no power, there was no wealth, there was no prestige, no family, no royalty, no spiritual life. And in the end, her luxury and her treasures became as nothing. Death leaves us with no securities whatsoever. Now is the time for us to start working on our spiritual life. We know that death will come to all of us sooner or later, and this will come in God's timing. And there is this death that is here on earth. That's the first death. The second death is when we stand before God, and on that judgment day, if he says, well done, my good and faithful child, or if he says, get out of here, I know you not. Those are not the words that we want to hear. We want to be with the Lord eternally. And the only way to have that relationship with God is through his Son, Jesus Christ. But you get to make that choice. You will not be forced into spending eternity with God. You have the choice to choose life or death. And yes, here on earth, we're all going to have death, but not all of us will have a spiritual death. If we have that relationship with God, then we will live forever in eternity with him. So make your choice very wisely. May God be with you in everything and every way.